Hello everyone. From today, we are going to start a new series on PHP. In this series, we are going to cover all the basics of PHP. The reason I want to start this series is in the future, we are going to do some cool projects with PHP. Also, there is a complete WordPress theme development course coming on next on this YouTube channel. So make sure to subscribe so that you won't miss any of those. Now, what is PHP? Well, PHP is a server-side scripting language. So, what is a server-side scripting language? Let's understand this with an example. Let's say you post something on the Facebook. Your post got saved on the Facebook server, and then that post got displayed on another user's timeline from that server. So this communication between the server and the user's device is called the server-side scripting. There are many server-side scripting languages out there and PHP is one of those. Okay, so what is PHP? It is an acronym for PHP Hypertext Preprocessor. It is an open source language, which means it's totally free. This is the most popular server-side scripting language. So if you see this statistics box out here, it shows that PHP is used by 78.7% of all the websites. So this is very popular. Now, what can PHP do? Well, PHP can generate dynamic page contents like blog contents, even e-commerce websites and everything. PHP can create, open, read, write, delete and close files on the server. It can collect data from the users. It can also send and receive cookies. It can also modify the data in your database. You can also use the PHP to control user access. It can also encrypt the data. So let's talk about some websites, popular websites that use PHP. The first one is the Facebook. The second one is Wikipedia. You of course know about the Wikipedia, and it uses PHP at its server-side scripting language. Then there goes the Tumblr, MailChimp, even WordPress. WordPress is the biggest CMS out there, the content management system. It is used by more than 30% of all the websites in the world. So this is very popular and it is based on PHP. Now, as we said that the PHP is a server-side scripting language, so it cannot work without a server. So we actually need to create a server to learn and work with the PHP. So we can actually create a server in our own computer in the local machine. So there are some software for that. So we need to install the PHP in our computer and also create some server, right? We can use the MySQL to work with the server. So so the first one for the server will be the XAMPP. This is very popular and we can use the Apache and PHP to work with this. Also we can use XAMPP and there are other servers available, but these two are the most popular ones. So I want to use the XAMPP. So if you go to the website apachefriends.org and you will find this page, you can go to the download option and here you can download this XAMPP for every version. So if you are a user of Windows, you can download it from here. There is also Linux and macOS version available. So I use the Windows, so I'm just going to download it from here. So this is for the PHP 8. You can go and download it for the PHP 8. But I actually work with WordPress and WordPress is not properly integrated with PHP 8 now. So I'll just give them a few more months to properly integrate with the PHP 8. For now, I'll just download this version so that I don't face any complications later. So let's click it and it is going to be downloaded here. Okay. Now the download has been finished. I will just open this up and try to install it. It will show you an message. You should not install the XAMPP to the program files in the C folder or C drive. So you can install wherever you want except this folder. Although you can also install it in this folder, but then you need to deactivate the UAC. Okay, so let's do it, and I'll just keep this default. Go to next, and I'll just install it in the C drive. My preferable language is English. We don't want to learn more. Next, and it is going to install everything. It will take up to a few minutes to complete the installation process, and once it is done, then we need to open the control panel of XAMPP. So we can actually go in here or open the XAMPP control panel, or we can go to the installation folder and go to the XAMPP, and in here you will find the XAMPP control.exe. So after opening up the XAMPP control panel, we need two modules to start. The first one will be the Apache. Let's click the start and then the MySQL. So if it got this background color of green, then this is active and there is no problem. So you can also see that it is running. So both Apache and MySQL are running. Now we can close this up. Although this is in the system tray here, you can again open this up. So if you want to actually stop this, then you need to stop the server or quit from here. So after running the XAMPP control panel of the servers, we can actually go to the XAMPP here, the installation folder. Then we need to go into the folder with the name of htdocs, and inside this we can create our own file, folder or anything. So let's create a folder. Maybe I will just name it basics. Just make sure you don't have any gap in this folder name, otherwise it will have a little bit of problem while applying the folder path to the browser. Now inside it, let's create a text document. Let's name it index.php, and to create a PHP file we always need this extension of .php. So that means it is a PHP file. Okay, now we can open this folder up with the VS Code. I'm going to use VS Code for this entire tutorial. Okay, so this is our PHP file, and as you can see it shows that cannot validate since a PHP installation could not be found. So we need to use the setting php.validate.executable path to configure the PHP executable. Fine, let's do that. So in the XAMPP here, if we see, we can find that there is a folder named PHP in here. Okay, and in this PHP folder there is an php.exe, this one. So we need to put this link path and we need to include this in the VS Code. Okay, so this is the folder path. I'll just copy this. Let's go to the VS Code here, and this is the setting. Let's go into the setting, and this one at the top right corner, this is the open setting JSON file. So we need to get into the JSON file, and you will find something like that, although you may have find it totally empty. So we got a curly braces, and inside the curly braces we need double quotes because this is a JSON file and you cannot use single quote in JSON file. So it will be php dot validate dot executable path. The path will be camel case, and put a colon in here. Now we need to specify the path. Okay, so I have pasted here, but it actually doesn't work this way. So we cannot use something like this. So I'll just use // and in the XAMPP again // sorry, that was a backward slash, and we need to specify the php.exe, which is actually this file here. Now we have included the validate executable path. Actually I got a mistake here, it should be dot, not backslash. Fine, now let's save it by pressing Ctrl S. Now you can close this up and the error is gone. So if we want to open up this file, we can actually use the HTML in here. So let's use an HTML boilerplate, and inside it we can type anything with the HTML. Okay, fine. So we want to open this up. Okay, so it is inside the htdocs, and this is actually the root folder. Okay, so we need to get into the root folder, then get into the basics, and then index.php. Okay, so let's open up the browser, and before opening up inside the browser, you need to make sure that the server is up and running with the gem control panel. So we need to put on a URL. It will be localhost / and then the folder name. In our case, this is basic. I think basic. Okay, basics. Then / and the file name is index.php. Let's press enter, and here we go. We can see the code. So we can put our PHP code in here. We can actually delete all of this and use a PHP code. So let's talk about the basic PHP syntax. So as well as the HTML, we also got an opening and ending syntax for PHP. So the opening syntax is the less than sign, or you can say it the opening of the angle bracket, then a interrogation sign, then PHP. So this is the opening tag of PHP, and the ending tag will be the interrogation sign and the closing of the angle bracket. So you can put your PHP code in here. So the commenting out for PHP code for single line will be double / and your PHP codes goes here. Okay, so we can put our PHP code in here. For just demonstration purpose, I will just put a simple echo here. Echo means it will display it on the browser. So let's say hello world, and every PHP statement will ends with a semicolon, otherwise it may show you an error. Let's refresh the browser here, and here we go, the hello world. Okay, so this is the installation process, and this is how we can actually run PHP in our local server with the browser, and this is how we write a simple PHP code. So in the next video we are going to talk about the PHP variables. So see you there.